loves. How are you? I decided today that I wanted to talk to you about this very interesting pocket of energy that we can sometimes find ourselves in as we're going through this transformational process. And it's the interesting energy of asking for the truth and then dropping deeper into embodying the truth. And then we're finding these pockets of energy where the outer world is reflecting things to us in a way that would lead us to believe that our dreams are not going to manifest. So when we look at how things are happening in a logical 3D manner, it may look that it's not going to happen. And that would be a logical energy of truth to believe, right? And so I want to acknowledge that because it's an important part of the process. But this is also offering us an opportunity to look inside where we might not believe that we're able to have what we want or where we might not be able to manifest it, and then give ourselves the space to dissolve the belief or the old energies or the old patterns that told us over time that we wouldn't be able to manifest what we want. So, an example could be that you're a very independent person and you've developed this level of independence because in the past, when you needed support, it wasn't provided for you. Or when you asked for help, no one showed up. Or even if people said they were going to help or support you, they weren't able or capable of actually showing up for you in those ways. And so over time, you developed that ultra independent energy of, okay, I'm just going to do it myself. Okay. But it's coming to my attention that there's also sometimes pockets where we're moving into new ways of being and we don't actually know how to even support ourselves in those energies. And so we can feel a bit lost and needing support. Okay. That's one piece. But then there's also this other pocket of energy where we're opening up and learning how to actually receive support in new ways in the places and spaces we were not able to receive it in the past. So it's coming to me that some of you may be experiencing this energy or this idea that things won't work out in the way that you thought, right? Because, well, one, that's what the track record has shown you is that maybe in the past things didn't work out. And then there's things happening in the present moment that would exacerbate that feeling that things are moving in the opposite direction of what you thought. But what if, and I'm just putting this out there, I want you to sit with this for yourself. What if it's the dynamic of the mirror? What if it's where we have those internal patterns and beliefs that things aren't going to show up for us in the way that we deserve or want because they never have before? And so then the outer world is reflecting that reality back to us. What if the trick or the key, not the trick, but the key is to drop into that space, acknowledge the truth of what is happening in the current present moment in your outer reality. Okay, right now, it's not showing up and it doesn't really look like it's going to. Okay, that is there, that's present. I acknowledge it. But I'm also going to acknowledge that I have this belief inside of me based on past factual experiences. So I'm acknowledging that as well. And now, what I want to do in this present moment is bring in a new belief to walk side by side with the old belief. Okay. The old belief is I have to do it myself because no one shows up or people don't really show up or they're not able to. So I've had to learn how to do it for myself. What if now it's like, Oh, I've learned how to be independent. I've learned how to show up for myself. I know how to provide for myself. I know how to survive. I got that down, got it locked down. In any scenario that you put me in, I'm going to survive, right? But moving in that space from surviving to thriving is where we start to weed the garden of the old beliefs. You already know how to survive. You know how to care for yourself and provide for yourself. You know that if need be, you got you. You have your own back. But now what we're bringing in is a new belief to add to that layer. It's not about getting rid of that part of you. We're still on this planet, right? We still have to acknowledge, given circumstances, if need be, you got you. Okay. But now we want to add in, but I'm also ready to begin to thrive. And as I'm weeding out the old pains out of my garden, I'm planting seeds of thriving, of co creation, of reciprocity, okay, of interdependence. So now I can start to open up to allowing other people, places, and things and opportunities to come to me, to support me, to help me to expand and to thrive, to learn how to receive supports, to learn how to work in co creative environments. And also, because I know how to be independent and I know how to survive, if for some reason, when I invite these new people, places, things, and opportunities into my life, if they don't pan out, if they don't work out in the way that I've hoped, that's okay because I always have that cushion of myself to fall back on. This is an expansion of what you've already created for yourself. Your foundation is solid, or you're working on that solid, stable personal foundation. Okay. You have that. You have got you. You're thriving, you're surviving, and moving into thriving energy. And part of that thriving essence is to allow yourself to open up to new supports, new connections, new reciprocity energies, and the essence of camaraderie. Okay. And I'm bringing these energies to our collective here to plant those seeds for all of us if we choose to, right? If this is resonating, really moving into those energies of reciprocity and camaraderie and interdependence. Okay. We've spent quite a few years really homing in on our interdependent energies, spending a lot of time hermited and within and learning how to balance and master our emotions, our triggers, right? And like I've said before, it's not that it has to be perfect. It's just that we're in much more control of the reins of our emotions and of our energy. So that's like a signal that we're ready to start opening up to some of these next levels and layers. There's going to be lessons within it, but those lessons and those experiences are the opportunity for us to flex and strengthen the muscles that we've been working on behind closed doors. Okay. And so this energy and message wanted to come in because it's not necessarily about disregarding our past experiences. It's actually about acknowledging it, acknowledging that it got us here to this point, but also acknowledging it's not the only way and it's not the only truth. Okay. It's a part of it, but we're in the process of creating something new. And so it's coming through if we can look at it as we've learned how to survive. And now we're taking ourselves to the next level of thriving, and as we stabilize into these thriving energies within ourselves and within connections and community, that's going to allow us to flourish. Okay. It's going to allow us to receive the nourishment from ourselves, but also receive the nourishment from the community. Okay. And they're showing me, like, imagine we each have our own garden that we've been working on, and we have our crops. Okay. And everybody has their own unique crop of energy, or vegetables, or fruits, or flowers, right? But it's so much richer when we go into an energetic exchange, kind of like a farmer's market, right? Where you can choose from all of the different farms, and there's an exchange of energy for the different products. And it just feels energetically that this is where our collective is beginning to move into. And I would love to hear from you if this is making sense for you. But it feels important to acknowledge, because even as we're moving into this um thriving and flourishing energy, we may still have some of the remnants and residuals of those old survival mechanisms, and that's okay. That's exactly why I'm acknowledging it, because it's not meaning you're not ready to thrive and flourish. It means you're still acknowledging that part of yourself that has had to survive deeply up until this point. And I'm pretty certain that each and every one of you have gone through some really intensely uncomfortable experiences to reach this point in your journey. Okay. You've faced some deep experiences to be here. And so let's acknowledge and give thanks for our ability to survive in harsh environments, right? And now let's start to really cultivate a very nourishing environment so that we have the capability of flourishing. Okay. Nourish to flourish. All right, loves. So I'm just going to leave that there. I hope that you're having a beautiful day. And again, as always, I'm looking forward to connecting with you. And I love you and love to hear from you. And again, talk to you soon. Love you. Bye.